Hey, glad you stopped by. Now, real quick before we get started, for those of you that don't have one yet, this video references a website from my-real-estate-website.com. You can get one by going to this web address and clicking the little sign up button. And then any links or other downloadable content that I mentioned during this video can be found on its blog post. So if you're watching it on YouTube or some other video website like that, go ahead and click that link in the description and that'll take you to the right place. And this video was recorded for YouTube high def, so if the text looks all jagged and goofy or anything like that, you can click the HD icon in the bottom right corner. That should improve the quality for you quite a bit. That's me. I'm Jason Massengale. There are a few of the ways you can get a hold of me. I like communicating with text message, so if you're into that kind of thing too, then definitely feel free to shoot me a text anytime. But more importantly, if you have any questions about this video or how to do something on your website, the best thing you can do is leave me a comment. Enough for all that intro stuff though. Let's go ahead and get into this thing now. Now let's talk about adding a page to your website. We're going to go over how to create a page, how to save it and preview it as a draft, how to frame a third-party web page on your website to make it look like it actually belongs there, how to add related content, how to add a form, how to add an article image, and how to make your page a child of another page, or in other words, make it a subpage so it shows up in the list below one of the main menu items. So let's jump over to the dashboard. From the dashboard, we can come up here and select, just highlight over that arrow and select New Page. This page is very similar to our Add a Post page. So there's the title. There's the content. Now if we want to save it as a draft, we can click Save as a Draft right here. If we're going to come back and make changes to it later. It's been updated. Now we can preview it if we'd like. Alright, nothing fancy, nothing special there, right? So let's go back to the post. Now if we want to make it a child page or a subpage of another page, we can pick one right here. So let's pick Buy a House. Template we're not going to mess with. Order we're not going to mess with. Frame page we're not going to mess with right now, but we will in just a moment. Let's make this have buyer related content on there, and let's display a form. We'll pick the buyer form. Then for the article image, we'll add an image URL in there, or the address to an image that's already on the internet. And we're not going to mess with thumbnail image because pages don't have thumbnails anywhere on our website here. If we want to change the publish date on here, we can just click edit and change that. When we publish it, it's going to be public. So let's go ahead and do it. Our page has been published. Let's go check it out. This image right here is the article image. That's where I pasted in that URL to that photo that was already on the internet. This is the content we added. There's our title. Here's the buyer form that we added just by selecting it from the list that's the one we want to use. And here's the related category information that we selected by choosing the buyer category. And notice right here that we've got the comment section. It's open for users to submit comments right now. Personally, I prefer not to do that on pages, so let's go back and change that. And go to discussion right here, deselect allow comments, and deselect allow pings, and update the page. Now when we refresh it, let's see if it goes away. There you go, it's gone. And the last thing I want to cover is framing a web page from another website. There's a couple of different things you might want to do with framing a page. One of them could be framing useful web pages. Maybe it's the national education website, or maybe HUD has some good page that you think is worthy of being framed, or maybe it's a specific property. In this case, let's go ahead and do a specific property. So the first thing I want to do is go to the web page that I want to frame, go up to the address bar and copy it. Go back to our page here, select yes, it is a frame page, paste the URL in there that we want to frame. Is this frame page an IDX property? Even though this is a result from an IDX search, that actually should say IDX page right there, so let's just keep that on no. The only time you would use this is for a home search page, which you already have one right here. So the only time you need to mess with that is if something happens with this, if you delete it or disable it and you want to add it later. Or if you just want to have another home search page, you can certainly do that. So that's our URL we want to frame. Then we update the page. Now that it's updated, we want to and here we go. Sidebar's gone because we didn't want to crunch all this stuff in and make it look too crowded and have that horizontal scroll bar going across it. So this page right here is framed. It looks just like it belongs on the website. And that's the result we were looking for. Alright, I hope this video was useful. There's my info one more time if you want to get in touch with me. Alright, what I want you to do now is just let me know what you think about it. You know, if it sucked, let me know that. If it's good, let me know. And if you liked it enough that you want to be notified when we add new stuff, then go ahead and click that pretty little gold subscribe button up there to the right. Then you'll get an email anytime we add new stuff. Take care. Talk soon.